So I think for people that got, that get picked in the upcoming lottery, they really got lucky with the cap gap extension because that's legitimately beneficial. Previously, the way cap gap worked is basically if your case was selected and you were working subject to work authorization, you had a gap. Basically, let's say your STEM OPT ended in May or something like that. If you had a timely filed H-1B change of status, you were able to continue working all the way up to 10-1 on what's called cap gap. However, that ended on 10-1. So unless your case was approved by then, you would still be able to stay in the United States, but you would lose your work authorization. The problem with that is if you're an employer and you have an employee and the employee can't work, why are you going to keep the employee? So what I thought was a very interesting and beneficial move from the DHS was they moved it to April 1st of next year. And what that does is it no longer puts pressure on the employer and the employee to rush to get that case approved by 10-1. A lot of times what you would see is the wait and see filing and regular processing around, May, June, whatever. And then a rush to upgrade to premium in September. And hopefully USCIS no longer sees this in around that 10-1 date where they're having to prioritize all of these cases and instead can just allocate their workload accordingly, keep it at the same level. The other thing that I think was legitimately beneficial was the ability to move the start date. 10-1 was the definitive start date. First date you're eligible for H-1B, 10-1. Looks like now you have more wiggle room. You can move that back.